All right, welcome back. In this episode, we are going to talk about how you can totally reinvent your life, reset, rewire, and claim the life that you have been dreaming of by rewiring and reprogramming your subconscious mind. Because what you wire into your subconscious is what you will begin to see in your reality. And so by the end of this episode, you will have the tools to rewrite your reality and start claiming the reality that you want to start experiencing in your outer world using your subconscious mind. My name is Gianna Badeau. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, somatic coach, meditation teacher, and spiritual guide. And if you do feel you need deeper support beyond what you receive here in this episode, you can check out the resources that I have already linked for you in the notes below. All right, let's dive into it. How to completely reinvent yourself, reclaim your life, take on this identity of the person that you actually want to be. Now, before we dive into the exact steps that you need to take to rewire and reinvent yourself, it's important for you to remind yourself and remember that you are the author of your life. And no matter what you're going through right now, no matter what you have been through in the past, you have the power at any moment in time to say, no, this is not how my story is going to go. You have the power to reinvent yourself, to rewrite your story, and to choose the direction that you will go in next. Now, just take a minute to really take that in. You may even want to close your eyes and reclaim this power because many of you have forgotten you have it. Many of you have never even realized that you do have this power, that whatever it is that you're facing and going through right now, you have the power to shift gears. You have the power to change the way you are experiencing it. And if you've forgotten it, if you've never really known this or accepted it, let today be the day that you actually claim your power, that you realize your power, that you say, I am in control of my reality. I am in charge of my story, and I'm writing it in alignment with exactly how I want it to go. So take a moment, close your eyes, and repeat this affirmation to yourself, this mantra, this statement. I am in charge of my reality. I am the author of my life. I am in charge of my reality. I am the author of my life. I really feel that in your body. And now it may take more than saying this statement to yourself once or twice, but being able to repeat that to yourself silently and really feeling that in your body is the first step to actually awakening to this truth. Awakening to this truth that while you may not be in control of all of the things that are happening to you in your life, that yes, you are in charge of how you feel and how you choose to experience the things that you go through. You are the author of the way you experience your life. And so, in this episode, I am going to support you in claiming this power back so that no matter what you're experiencing right now, no matter what you're going through right now, you can say out loud every day, I choose the way I feel. I am the author of my life, and I will choose to write my story as I would like it to go. Now, as I mentioned, we don't always have control. Actually, we never really have control of the things that get thrown at us in life, the traumas, the heartache, the pain that we do inevitably go through as humans. It is part of our human experience, though. It supports us in our growth and evolution. It molds and shapes you into the person that you were meant to be. Now, there's two paths that you can take while you are going through trauma, heartache, pain, and suffering. You can take the path of this sucks. I'm in agony. My life is terrible. And this is just how it's meant to be. Life just sucks. Life is just like this, glass half full. and just accept that you are being pummeled by life right now, that you are being run over by trauma right now. The other path that you can take is a path of awakening, is a path of learning, of growing, of becoming stronger, of allowing whatever it is that you're going through to shape and mold you into the person that you're meant to be. Knowing that whatever you're going through in some way was destined for you on this path, and just because you're going through it doesn't mean you need to feel so bad for the rest of your life. Doesn't mean you need to look at it so negatively and terribly. You can actually look at whatever experience you're in and say, hey, what can I learn from this? Hey, like, how can I let this shape me and mold me? Someone who is more present, someone who is more connected to myself in my life. How can I allow this challenge that I'm going through to invite healing into my life, invite growth into my life? So there's two paths we can take. So whatever it is you're going through, just know that you're not meant to suffer. You don't have to suffer. You can go through something really hard, really traumatic, really challenging, and you can also see the light in it. And this is what it means to be a creator of your life. This is what it means to be in power of your life. It doesn't mean that your life is always going to go exactly according to plan. It means that even when things are not going to plan, you are still in charge of the way you feel. You are in charge of you. And it's very important to remember that you don't have control over everything that's going to happen to you, but the one thing that you will always always have control of is the way you feel. Is the emotional state that you choose to take on as a result of whatever it is going on around you. So, the most important work of your life is regaining charge and control of your emotional state. Now, this is the first step in reinventing yourself and reinventing your life and taking charge of your life. And to reinvent yourself and take charge of your life, it requires you to know that you do have the power to do this. So take that in. Yes, you do have the power to reinvent and reset your reality at any point, no matter what is going on around you. So far we've covered the fact that you're the author of your reality. You are in control of the way that you feel. And at any point in your life, you get to choose, this is not how my story goes. I am not going to get knocked down by whatever is being thrown at me. I'm going to use it as a learning experience, as a growth opportunity to make me stronger, to make me better, to make me more evolved, to make me more awakened. So you get to choose that. And it's such an empowering state to be in, that no matter what is happening around you, you are in charge. Now, the most important work that you'll ever do is to get really clear on what you want your life to actually look like. So many of you are unhappy with the state of your reality right now, but you're so heavily focused on what you don't like that you haven't actually gotten clear on what you actually want instead. And so this is probably the most powerful work that I do with my clients as a hypnotherapist when we are rewiring the subconscious. A lot of coaching modalities and therapeutic modalities specifically, and therapeutic modalities like talk therapy heavily focus on the problem, heavily focus on what's going wrong, what's not going right, what we don't like, and processing that, which again, there's a time and place for that. And it's important for you to process what you're going through. But also, when we get so heavily focused on what's going wrong and what we don't like, we get stuck there. And that was actually my experience in therapy. I've experienced quite a bit of trauma in my young life. And so I was doing therapy as a teenager into my early 20s. And it actually got to this point where I awakened to this feeling in my body where I was like, I am so sick of talking about this. I cannot talk about this anymore. I just want to feel better. I've talked about it. I've processed it. I know what I've gone through. I know why it's made me the way that I am. I know the areas of myself that I need to watch out for and work on. But now I'm sick of talking about it. And so it got to this point where I really truly felt like I graduated from talk therapy. And as soon as I did that, I immediately found myself on a spiritual path. And I truly believe that's when my somatic healing journey began, which somatic healing is healing of the body, where trauma is stored in your body, where these unconscious patterns are packed away, stored away that we have to release. And talking about it doesn't do it. Talking about it doesn't release the trauma that is stored away and packed away in your physical body or in your subconscious. So my first form of somatic healing was yoga, was somatic releasing, was releasing the trauma that was stuck and stored away in my body. And it was so freeing, so liberating to actually focus on my physical world, to actually really feel into where I'm feeling so stuck and how it's being packed away in my body instead of just talking about all the traumas that I've gone through and all the things that I've experienced. Instead, I get to actually release it and physically start to feel better. And this is the power of somatic healing, which is physical work. It's also deep, incredible healing breath work that we get to do to support your healing. This is an incredible first step. The second level of this that I experienced was subconscious healing, was through hypnotherapy, was actually healing the parts of me that were stored in my subconscious, the memories that I was not able to remember or access from my childhood that needed healing, healing the inner child part of me that really needed my focus and attention that I had not been tuning into while I was doing traditional therapy or reading self development books. And so, this combination of somatic healing, which is releasing trauma and pain from the body, and stress from the body, and anxiety from the body, and then also healing at the subconscious level, which is the deepest level of healing that you can ever do because your subconscious controls everything you do, all the ways you feel, all of the ways that you've been impacted by your life, and how it affects you today. This combination of somatic body work healing, breath work healing with subconscious work like hypnotherapy is the ultimate package. And when I found myself on this healing journey and really moved away from talk therapy again, I'm not someone who doesn't believe in talk therapy. It served me well for many years, but then it ran its course. I still wasn't feeling better. I still was feeling a little bit better, but I was still caught in the same loops, in the same cycles. And I was wondering why. And today I know why. And I am able to support my clients in going through this same healing process. It's because when we're talking about our problems, we're stuck in the problem. We're not actually releasing like we are when we're doing somatic work. We're not actually healing like we are when we are healing and rewiring the subconscious. So, to reinvent yourself and reinvent your life, it's this combination of, yes, like on a conscious level, taking your power back, but also releasing what is stored in your body and releasing and rewiring what is stored in your subconscious. And with this combination of, again, letting go of the past, not in a way where you forget about it, right? It's something you've gone through. It's not something you want to just forget about fully because it's shaped you into who you are today. But it's mostly about reshaping the way that we think about our past. It's reshaping the way that we think about our traumas and the challenges that we've gone through. So that when you're thinking about it, it's not like, oh, poor me. Oh, this happened to me. Oh, life sucks. And oh, it's just is this way. And I just am this way. Instead, you're shaping your reality into saying, this made me who I am. It made me stronger. This is what I learned from it. And this is what I'm going to do with it next. So, this is about using your pain as fuel, right? Instead of allowing your pain to knock you down, knock you on your ass, and keep you stuck there in this loop, like a hamster running on a wheel in the same cycles over and over again, and the same habits over and over again, you're allowing your pain to actually pick you up out of that loop and say, actually, no, I went through this. So I'm never going to allow myself to experience something like this ever again. I'm actually going to rise up from it. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to grow from it. And eventually, someday, I may even help others go through what I went through too. And this is how you really start the process of reinventing yourself. It's reshaping the way you look at what you've gone through. It's reshaping the way you look at your current experience so that you're not feeling so bad about yourself. You're not so stuck in the situation you're in. You're able to actually see a path forward that excites you, a path forward that makes you feel really good about yourself, that makes you feel excited for what's next, that actually makes you feel like what you went through was for a reason. Because when we don't think what we went through was for a reason, it can be really hard to face what we went through. And I remember even as a child, I remember feeling like, okay, well, I'm going through this. Someday I'm going to help someone else. I'm stronger because of it. I remember feeling that way from such an early age. And that's why I knew I was always destined to do this work because I remember having that feeling, even as a very small child and as a teenager, that whatever it is, this pain is, even though I couldn't really process it at the time or know what it was all about, whatever it is, I know I'm going to grow from it and at least I can help others someday. I'll make it through. And so that's the mindset you want to take on is reshaping your reality, reshaping the way that you're thinking about your current experience. And now the next level version of this is knowing what you want instead, which is what we started to talk about a few minutes ago. Instead of focusing on the problem, we're reshaping the way we view the problem and we are actually thinking about what we want instead. We are heavily focusing on what we want instead. So when you think about the 80-20 rule, 80% of the time we are focused forward on what we want instead and 20% of the time we're focusing on what needs to change. We are reshaping the way we think about the things that need to change, but we're not staying stuck in that 20%. We are focused on the 80%, which is thinking about where you want to go instead, what you want to feel instead, what you want to experience instead, what you want your life to actually look like. So paint that picture for yourself. What do you want your life to actually look like? How do you want to feel in your life? What do you want that you currently don't have? What do you want to do that you're currently not doing? Right? Write these questions down and answer them for yourself. And something that I highly, highly recommend you do is to script out the ideal vision of your life, what you look like, what you feel like, what you have, what's in it, what's not in it anymore. A perfect day in your life. What would a perfect day in your life look like if you were living in your ideal reality? And once you get really clear on that image and you know exactly what you want and you've stopped focusing so much on what you don't want, then you're actually ready to rewire your subconscious because you cannot rewire your subconscious if you have no idea what you want your new reality to look like. Yes, you are a powerful creator, but if you don't know what you want to create, if you do not know what you want, it's very hard to actually create it. So, this final and most important step, which is hardwiring this blueprint of what you want into your subconscious, starts with this deep, 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 profound clarity. And when I say deep, profound clarity, I mean specifics. I mean really clear emotional resonance and connection to the life that you want to live and experience. And the word experience is very important in there because life is not just things that you get or material items, it's how you feel. So, the way you're going to feel in your life is something that is extremely important for you to think about and focus on, right? It's very easy to come up with a list of things we want, right? I want a husband, I want children, I want a new car, I want $1 million, right? The list goes on. We know we always want things, materials, and people, and so on. But how do you want to feel, right? That is the question. How will you feel with the most perfect husband? How will you feel with this beautiful family? How will you feel with more money in your bank account? What will you do? These are the questions that you really want to be focusing on. So script this out, get really clear about it. And then the most important piece of it is hardwiring this into your subconscious mind, is wiring it into your subconscious, is allowing your subconscious to have this new vision, this new blueprint of the way that you see your world and your reality. This is how you reinvent yourself. You rewire it into your subconscious. And again, to do this, you one have to know your power, have to come home to that power that you are a creator. You have to reshape the way you see your current experience right now stop focusing on it so much, and get really, really clear, like deeply clear on how you want your life to look and how you want to feel in it. And then when you've done all that, then you can wire this reality into your subconscious. And the most effective way to wire your subconscious, the only way to wire your subconscious, is through self hypnosis, because this is how we access the subconscious. You cannot access your subconscious in your normal waking state that you're in while you are, for example, listening to this episode. You have to be deeply relaxed. You have to have your eyes closed, and you have to allow yourself to have an inward, self reflective experience with yourself to awaken to your truth, to rewire this new reality into your being at the deepest level. Now, your subconscious is a feeling part of you, it's going to respond heavily to the way you feel. So while you are doing this rewiring work, you want to make sure you are in feeling touch with the reality that I suggested that you script out and emphasize that you know how you want to feel. So you want to have this vision of the life that you want, but you also want to know what it feels like so you can wire that feeling into the subconscious, because the more you feel connected to it, the more and faster you're going to manifest it and start to create it in your outer world. Now, if you'd like to start wiring your subconscious, wiring your reality into your subconscious, you can grab access to my meditations, the rewired meditations. These aren't your average meditations, they are meditations specifically designed to penetrate and access your subconscious mind. You can grab access to those in the link below. There are over 50 subconscious activations and meditations designed to help you regulate your nervous system, rewire your subconscious, and rewrite your reality by tapping into your subconscious mind. They're already pre recorded, and there are topics for quite literally anything that you are experiencing, from wounds around your self worth, from self love, from healing your inner child, for increasing your drive and motivation, your productivity, from healing your money mindset wounds. You name it, the list goes on. There's over 50 topics on there. Deep healing work, surface level work, some lighter level topics. They're all on there. You can check it out in the link below. Now, on another level, if you know you have been through some deeply traumatic experiences in your life and you would like support, and if you have been through deep trauma that you haven't healed from, or talk therapy or traditional coaching hasn't supported you, I highly recommend that you work with an expert in the subconscious who can guide you through this process, who can support you in rewiring and rewriting and reinventing yourself at the subconscious level. And so, if you feel called to do this work with me, I'd be honored to guide you on your journey. You can just submit an application to work with me one on one in the notes below. There's an application there. And once you fill out the application, I'll simply just reach out and we'll talk more about if working together would be a good fit for us or not right now. So I hope this video was helpful. There's lots of steps for you to take. So you may want to re-listen to this, write them all down, take them all very seriously. Each step is very important. And if you love this episode, make sure that you subscribe and you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode along this incredible journey. Remember that you are worthy, you are loved, and your awakening is more important than you could ever realize. And you got this. So subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. And I'll see you next time.